1.
Oh, pitch.
Superfriends.
Pitch.
Sit down.
Oh.
Bitch.
Hey, Alex. Wait, hey, Alex. Alex.
I'm listening.
24.
Oh, you piece of shit.
If anyone here has ever been a young child, you would have seen the episode of SpongeBob where Patrick joins SpongeBob at driving school, and they laugh about the number 24. Welcome to episode 24. Super Friends, sit down.
You understand that episode 25 has to be better now, right?
Duh. What better way to start the year? Welcome to the last episode of 2020. We fucking hope.
You will be seeing this on December 30th, or hearing this as well. You'll be hearing number 25, hopefully, in January of 2021, and not December 36th or whatever. 8th. Did you map it out already?
Nope. 37, I guess? Yeah, 37. Episode 30. December 37th.
December 37th. Or better known as March 412th. So, let's face it, it's still March. I don't care what anybody says. Anyway.
March is rolling right around the corner, and I'm like, we're still in March. How are we going back to March?
It has been a wild ride, if I do say so myself. Not only for myself, not only for you, but for I would say for the majority of the entire planet.
I want to say about 98% of people really went through it this year.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is I feel like the people who weren't really affected about a lot of the stuff in 2020 were already dealing with like a lot of their own crisis. Like, think of like Serbia. You think Serbia had to deal with Corona, or you think they're just dealing with their own civil war stuff?
I would hope that the universe deals it out in rations, where it's like, okay, what do they got? Famine, disease, war, poor people, homeless. They don't need anymore. We're full up. Like, it's like the club bouncers, and they're like, we're full in there. We can't take anymore. Sorry, Corona, you're gonna have to come back another night.
Just like a limit to the distress of the world. I would hope so. I really would, because
I doubt it.
There's a lot of places on this planet that have just been in the
shitter. They're just shit
forever. Much like Serbia. I think
is Serbia doing that bad? I gotta say,
Serbia, if I'm not mistaken, has been through some shit for a long, long time. Also, I think like Venezuela is in the midst of like its own civil war as well. I think Venezuela is just like on fire.
I think everyone is really just ready to go to war this year. Everyone's ready to swing like that guy with the twisted tea can.
Oh, the hero we never knew we needed.
The meme that Alex just told me about. I've seen the video. I did not know that it became a meme.
Oh yeah.
And it's fucking great.
Such justice.
If there's one amazing thing that has come out of 2020, I've said it before, we've said it several times on this podcast, it's the memes.
Yeah.
The memes have been top tier.
The memes stay winning. They really do.
The only positive out of 2020, not really, but like for mental health.
Do you remember pre-lockdown?
No.
The Super Bowl meme with Shakira, where she just comes at the camera. Exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Was that guy 2020 or 20? That guy was 2019.
What? That guy's been around for years. What are you talking about?
His American popularity. Anyway, before we go off the rails, before we even get there, we just passed Christmas, everybody. So to those of you who celebrated, Merry Christmas. I hope your holiday was fantastic and that you got to see your family, whether it be via Zoom or socially distanced, or if you happen to live with your family, you just live every day like you always do.
Or if you disobeyed all of the rules and had 40 people at your house, you can still get a happy holidays from us.
It's true. I mean, be healthy, be safe. That's the best we can really ask for. But how was your Christmas?
My Christmas was really good because I spent a majority of it high as a kite.
By majority, do you mean all of?
I mean Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. I started Christmas Day with coffee that was infused with marijuana, the devil's lettuce, if you will. I did shrooms on Christmas night with Chinese food. Just, I don't know why.
Like the shrooms were in the Chinese food,
No,
or
I just had Chinese food ready to eat for some reason. It was
okay.
It was on my mind, And then I just spent most of the 26th high as fuck as well.
Good choice.
It was honestly a really, good decision. I also did my favorite tradition, which, if you listened last week, you know my favorite Christmas movie is A Diva's Christmas Carol. And I put it on for my brother, my sister, my boyfriend, my sister's friend. We all sat there, and we're all watching this movie. And if you are familiar with the Charles Dickens classic, you know that Tiny Tim is a perpetually sick little boy. So the Tiny Tim character in this movie, he's listening to his mom and dad fight on the phone, and he's like, "Daddy, are you there?" And for some reason, they're arguing because he's not going to see him for Christmas. And I said, as the kid's talking on the phone, "Daddy, I don't care if you come home for Christmas. I just want big tits and a BBL." We all just started really laughing so hard for no reason.
I'm afraid to ask this question. What is a BBL?
Brazilian butt lift.
Got it.
Yeah, BBL. For Colombia, you can go to Colombia right now and get that done. I forgot. I think it was Angie who told me this.
Well, that'd be a CBL.
I know. Well, Brazilian butt lift is the style. Where you get it done is up to you. Because you can go to Miami and get a BBL. You can go to Brazil and get a CBL. I don't know. I never had one done. I want one, though. That is the goal in life, is to be able to afford plastic surgery for me. I want to reach Khloe Kardashian level of rich, where I can have a new face every week.
You'll be like Travolta and Cage in Face Off.
I just want the skin pulled back so much tighter every week, until all of a sudden I look like Alec Baldwin in Beetlejuice.
You're gonna look like the Joker in the comics with all the staples and shit.
I want to look like Paris Hilton in Repo, the Genetic Opera. Have you ever seen that movie?
Somehow, yeah, actually.
You've seen Repo? No fucking way!
I feel like either you told me to watch it or you watched it with me.
No, there's no way I watched it with you, because I haven't watched it in about 5 years. Now I feel like we... You guys want to watch it?
No, wait, you know what? No.
I
messed up. So I watched Repos. It's a different movie. My bad.
Well, fuck my life.
Anyway.
Excuse me. I take back all of the excitement I just gave you.
Also, one thing I want to mention is, after last episode, I intricately listened to the lyrics of Santa Baby. That song really is you.
Absolutely.
It's pretty much just, cut me a checks, give me money, and praise me.
Absolutely. Give me a ring. I don't want a phone. I can get that myself. Give me a ring.
Hurry down the chimney, give me what you got, get out.
Yes. Get in, get out, goodbye. Get in, get out, come in, go.
There was a comedian that I listened to once that was talking. I think she was either talking about either hooking up or getting pregnant, and it was like,
okay, you got my attention.
And it was like, get your pants off, get it up, get it in, and let's get it on.
I mean,
shit.
And
I feel like that's you.
I feel like there needs to be a hand gesture with that, though. Like how there's like cut it out, like.
I think it was like
pants off. Just it's this. It's
get
just
it up,
this.
Get it off, up, in, on. I don't know. There's. Anyway.
Who was it that said it?
I actually don't know her name.
Okay.
It was a female.
Well, now that we've talked plenty about my Christmas, which actually, before we get on to your Christmas, we do have a gift for both of us, and I know what they are, but you don't.
Okay.
And we're gonna open them live on the air.
For you to see in 2 days.
For you to see in 2 days. Or in a year if you're watching this again and you've never met us before. Hi, welcome. Are you ready? Grab your styrofoam box.
Did I just lift?
Just lift the top off. Take the top. Take your top off. Take off your top.
3.
Cindy, come in. Take off your top if you like. Do you remember that? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Fuck me.
Oh, shit.
Is this not fucking official or what? My mother had 2 beautiful, custom Superfriends sit-down mugs made for me and my co-host, Alex. It is beautiful. It is perfect.
Oh my god. These are awesome.
Brilliant, amazing, totally unique, show-stopping, never been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference, put it in a blender, vomit on it. These are fucking great. I got.
What did you just say?
I just did the Lady Gaga thing, you dumbass.
I'm sorry, I'm not in tune with Gaga.
You're not in tune with Gaga. I got so much stuff for Christmas that is getting used for this podcast. I'm so fucking excited. I can't wait. It's so good. It's so good. There's just logos everywhere.
I am so... Sorry. Okay.
I mean, we can use them eventually, but...
Very nice.
Okay, tell me about your Christmas. Tell me what happened. Was it everything you wanted and more?
It was definitely interesting because, first and foremost, obviously, we're in the height of a pandemic.
Of course.
Secondly, my family decided, I mean, obviously my uncle and my brother and my Georgia family are in Georgia. Shocker. My mom and stepdad, much like I mentioned last episode, they went to AC.
I was going to ask.
And they actually went. And my mother told, no, they didn't win anything. My mother told me it was a sad experience. One, because...
casinos suck now, right?
Well, there was, from what I understand, the casino was still packed with people just not celebrating, for one. Two, well, not celebrating in terms of like different ethnicities and stuff.
I thought you meant they were all actively not participating.
No, they're just like,
it's like, we're on strike.
No Christmas this year. So one, people...
Another vodka cranberry.
Funny you say that, because after 10 p.m., no drinks.
Wait, seriously? That applies down there?
It applies down there, because my stepdad he ordered a drink, and within minutes, security was like, I'm going to need to take that.
No.
Yeah.
Like they did to me at the wedding. When they took my pitcher of water away.
Right.
Wait, that's so sad.
And then to top it
off,
off, to top it off, the same day they were down there when they went back to the room, they stayed at the Ocean Resort, which was previously Revel. And if you know Revel's that big center tower. That night was when the wind was like 60 miles an hour, and the tower was swaying. And my mom had talked to a person.
What floor were they on?
15th.
So they felt it a little bit.
My mom.
How many floors is that hotel?
I have no idea. It is an obelisk.
Isn't there a giant circle at the top? What the fuck's that about?
I actually don't know. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm going to look it up. Tower swaying.
Yeah, and my mom had talked to somebody who was like, hey, this probably isn't right. She's like, oh, actually, in terms of weather, being that we're like a seafaring hotel, the tower is designed that it can move 14 inches. So the wind...
But the Twin Towers are like that, too. It's an architectural thing. When you have such tall buildings like that, you have to account for that. Right.
But my mom was, my mom, freaking out.
Yeah. Just, oh, my God!
Yeah, freaking out. But that was their story. I spent it with Jackie's family. So that was an interesting experience. One, because obviously, very new.
Yeah, there's a giant circle at the top. What is that about? It's a fucking disco ball.
Maybe it's just a disco ball. Maybe people ride motorcycles in there and just go in loops. That'd be cool. Anyway.
That's where they're keeping Snooki. Do you remember
That's where Mariah Carey sleeps when it's
Memories. If you remember the height of Jersey Shore. I'm sorry.
Fuck my Christmas, huh?
What?
I said fuck my Christmas, huh?
But do you remember when Snooki was in the ball outside of the Jersey Shore house on New Year's Eve and they dropped her at midnight?
No.
You're fucking kidding me! Alright, continue your story. We'll talk about this in a minute. We'll dial it back to that. Tell me more about Christmas.
Anyway,
spent it with Jackie.
I'm getting there. So I got up there Christmas Eve, and oddly, it was like almost 70 degrees.
It was fucking warm.
It was gross.
It was windy as shit, and then it was warm.
Yeah, it was disgusting. And then later in the evening, or the next day, it was like 20. It was like... But anyway, weather aside.
Weather sucks. But it's up to you
to prevent forest fires.
Whether you want to let it affect you.
Only you can prevent forest fires, folks. Anyway.
Your soul.
What? Okay.
My heart's burning desires to hear the rest of your story. I
wouldn't know. Because I've been trying.
Just fucking say it.
Don't do that. Anyway, in fact, I'm gonna jot that down.
Jot that down.
Hold on. Anyways, because there's a lot, so many. But yeah, I got up there Christmas Eve. They made like an appetizer platter. My job was to help craft a cocktail, and we did a blackberry Earl Grey bourbon cocktail.
Oh, fuck me and the pussy. That sounds good.
It was spectacular.
I love blackberries in alcohol. I don't know why.
It was muddled blackberry, Earl Grey tea,
Great.
pear liqueur, which is shout out to Rick Ross. Shout out to Rick Ross, and shout out to all the pears. Pear
Rick
liqueur.
Ross, like the rapper?
Yeah. You never heard him say shout out to all the pears when he was into Ross Fit, when he was getting all fit and shit?
No. I didn't really keep up with Rick Ross. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Uncultured. So it was big in the CrossFit.
I know. How dare I? Uncultured swine.
It was big for the CrossFit because he got trained by Garrett Fisher.
I stopped really paying attention to CrossFit news.
This is a while ago.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like 4 years ago.
Anyway, that was too shit. Moving forward from there, we made the cocktails. We did 3 different variations, one with more tea, one with more bourbon, one with more pear liqueur. All of them amazing.
So they all already had the perfect amount of blackberries.
Yeah, well, every set.
It was the little bears, and
every time we made one, we would muddle the same amount of blackberries, and then you plop one in as a garnish, and they came out great every time. And if you want,
but which one was the best?
My opinion was with the extra pear.
Wanted to get a little loosey goosey, huh?
It was great. And then
this one's too blueberry. This one's too tea.
There weren't even blueberries.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Violet, you're turning violet. So blackberries.
Well,
tea,
I mean,
pear liqueur.
Yeah, that was the cocktail choice. Following morning, Christmas morning, obviously. I stayed there.
Did you just serve that drink with eggs?
Yeah.
Breakfast drink.
It's funny because we did Zoom Christmas, which I don't know if anyone's done Zoom Christmas. First and foremost, when there's a time difference, very interesting. Excuse me.
What was the time difference?
4 hours.
Ahead or behind?
Behind. Her brother and his girlfriend live in California. So we did.
Where in California? It's 4 hour time difference. I thought it was only 3.
It could be 3. I could be wrong. Anyway, though.
Sorry.
Anyway. Whatever time difference it was.
We don't pay attention to facts here.
We waited for like an extra 3 hours, so we ended up doing gifts around like 1. And it was funny because I guess we were doing it via.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's funny because I guess because we were waiting, we spent the whole morning just like, why are we awake? Like, what are we doing? We had breakfast, which was great, and then
how I spend Christmas.
It was funny because after we would do like everybody gets a little rotation of gifts.
Yeah.
And once the person was done, everybody started clapping for some reason, and I was just like, man, this is really like the highlight of the year is the fact that this is all we can do to really like show enthusiasm. Yeah, because they're in Cali and we're in Jersey. It's just.
I'd be like, fuck yeah, that's a great gift. Fuck.
Well, speaking of gifts, you notice my watch.
She's big.
It's a little large, but you know what?
I love a big watch, honestly. The only thing better than that would be if it was big enough to hang around your neck like Flavor Flav.
Well, that would just be a clock.
Clock.
Anyway, I really do say anyway a lot.
Anyway.
Shit.
2021 goals. Stop saying anyway.
Good luck.
Anyway.
But I mean, truth be told, this I mean, it's funny because her and her mom got Apple Watches.
Really?
Even though you have one.
Yes.
I truthfully don't find myself important enough to have one. I feel like I don't need it, and also when I'm at work, I can't wear it. So it kind of defeats the purpose because for 8 to however many hours a day, I have it, I can't use it. So if I want to use it to like do the tracking, the heart rate, whatever.
The tracking,
the tracking, and also like I'm not hearing from enough people per day to be like, hold on.
Oh, I need it.
Well, you have a clientele, so it's a little different.
It's not even that. I also have like a job where I really can't stop to look at my phone, so it's easy to just like see if it's important or not.
Also fair.
Personally, for me, I think that's rude, but some people they stop and
also
answer their phones, whatever.
At the end of
I hate interruptions.
At the end of I'm gonna fucking throw up. At the end of Christmas Day,
24.
At the end of Christmas Day, we
I had a round of applause.
Yeah, we watched a movie called The Gentleman, which, if you haven't watched it, it's actually pretty damn good.
Wait a minute, describe it. It sounds familiar.
So it's Matthew McConaughey as like a drug kingpin, and Colin Farrell's in it. The guy who plays the guy from Sons of Anarchy, Charlie Hunnam, is in it. There's another big name and I can't remember right now.
Penelope Cruz.
Hugh Grant.
Oh,
is also in it. It's very British and very Scottish or Irish. It's very foreign in terms of accents, but it's honestly it was a very It reminded me a lot of The Departed, where where the dialogue was great, the acting was great, and the plot twists and the character development and stuff is all like amazing.
Okay.
So if you haven't watched it, watch it.
I haven't. I
think it's on Prime.
Oh, okay.
Also, we started The Mandalorian, which even if you don't like Star Wars, it's fucking great.
I don't care for Star Wars stuff, but I do have to say that little Baby Yoda is fucking cute. I bought my sister one of those, like a pop Funko of it, but it's got a bobblehead.
It's funny you say that because Jackie also got one for Christmas.
With the bobblehead?
No, it's a little plush Baby Yoda, but the robe lifts up and he's got a little Speedo on. And I just thought it was a little weird that they decided to put the detail into giving him little underwears
instead of just sewing it.
Yeah,
his body.
Exactly. We were just sitting there, like, why did they do this?
I don't know. Speaking of gifts, did you get any random gifts for Christmas? Things that you were not expecting?
So remember those loafers I sent you?
Oh, Susie. They were cute, though.
Don't get me wrong. I actually do like them. It's just the back piece that I'm gonna get this. It's just the back.
If you're
piece.
watching on YouTube, you're seeing Alex struggle with a can of beer. If you're hold on, you're foaming. There you go,
boy. Anyway.
I just bleached this entire table too, so make sure you didn't get no droplets of beer.
It's mostly on my notebook and my shirt.
So loafers.
Yeah, they fit. I think they look nice, but on the back, they're apparently driving shoes. And when I put them on,
driving shoes.
So that's what those little back pieces are. On the back, there's these little bumps, and from the way you angle your foot, it's supposed to be an anchor for when you're gassing and braking.
My question
is why
do we really need a shoe that does that?
I don't know, man.
Are we speed racing here? Are you wearing loafers to go around the NASCAR racetrack?
I'm not throwing my scarf and my leather gloves on to go
the hat and sunglasses
speeding in my Alfa Romeo through the Amalfi Coast. As much as I would love to, because that sounds amazing.
I don't think that we really needed a shoe with that.
Do we need a lot of fashion accessories?
Yes, we do.
No, we
absolutely. Are you kidding me? Scarves, amazing.
I actually got a scarf, and I do like it a lot.
I was a big fan of the Infinity scarf when it came out.
That's the one that you just kind of pop on.
It's a circle. It's just a giant circle. You could either choke yourself with it, or you could leave it long. You could wrap it around your arm, make a sleeve.
Here's my.
If you got one that was really wide, you could put it in your hands, keep your hands warm. Okay, here's your. I was still talking, and you wanted to start. So technically, you interrupted me that time. I'm just saying.
Your sentence was over. Anyway.
No, it was not.
My qualm with scarves is that in order for me to wear one, it has to be so cold,
freezing,
that I don't even want to go outside.
Below zero. There has to be 10 inches of snow on the ground. It's got to be a wind chill factor of -2.
I got to be borderline frostbite to throw a scarf on and be okay. And not.
I got to have icicle burgers coming from right now.
I got to be Jim Carrey
in Jack Frost.
No, in Dumb and Dumber. What?
No, I forgot about the horror movie Jack Frost for a second because I was looking at movies the other day to watch, and Jack Frost came up, a horror Christmas movie. Where the guy gets the killer gets turned into a snowman.
I remember that vaguely, actually.
Very vaguely. Probably a horrible movie. Of course. What's the matter?
No, it's the fact that you're yeah, this movie sucked.
I didn't watch it. I don't remember. Or maybe I did. Whatever.
You just said it was a horrible movie.
The preview looked horrible. It looked very, very, very low budget. But what's the matter with your beer that you're reading?
I took a sip and
it sucked like most beers.
No, it was delicious. Aged in bourbon barrels for 18 months with vanilla, bourbon, oak, dark chocolate wafer cookies, and dried dark fruit.
What? Let me see this. This actually sounds delicious.
Read closely, because
why is it such a fucking... What? Okay.
I know the font choice.
People who make labels. This is a very important thing. When you have a dark label, put a lighter color for your fucking font descriptions. Holy shit, this color, wow.
It hurts your eyes a little bit, right?
Yeah. What the fuck? Space-Time Continuum. That's a cool name for a beer.
Thank you.
You didn't come up with this.
I know, but
it
I
makes
love
me
it.
think of Jay and Silent Bob. I don't know why.
Yeah, why?
I feel like in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, wasn't
They
there like a
talk about it?
space-time continuum type thing?
I feel like they're nothing like for real, but I feel like they talk about it.
Probably. I don't think they actually had a space-time continuum. They
Maybe
did
for
have,
like
they did have Shannon Doherty though.
They did have Shannon Doherty.
Okay, do you have anything else to add about Christmas? Do you have any more special gifts besides the loafers?
I mean, I got my loafers. I got my watch, and scarf, some random clothes and stuff. My mom got me my mom and uncle both got me a portable phone charger and then like a little wireless stand thing. So
Awesome.
I mean, cool.
Phone accessories are great.
I got two flannels. I'm very excited about those. One fits amazing. It's not this one, but
Really?
hey,
Sorry.
you shitbag.
Absolutely, don't you
Yeah,
forget
that's really it. That's really it. So that's
I got-
Christmas.
some cool gifts.
And now we
Did I tell you about the coolest gift? Did I tell you about the coolest gift my brother got me?
I feel like I thought the majority of what you told me about was the podcast stuff, which you'll see in 2021.
Absolutely. One thing about the majority of my gifts for my family this year were for this podcast. So my gifts were Alex's gifts. My mother got our logo blown up on a picture frame, so we're gonna hang that. Obviously the mugs. I got a blanket with our logo on it, which just is so fucking cool. And then my brother got me a green screen.
The green, yeah, no, you did tell me about the green screen.
Yeah, I got a green screen, so we're gonna
that's-
start having some fun
that's
with
gonna be
green
interesting.
screen in 2021.
We're gonna have to figure out how to program it.
Well, so what that is, I know how to do it because I
Oh, okay.
figured it out. So we have to film everything, and then when I edit it, I choose the stuff in the back.
It's gonna be like Wayne's World. Hey,
Or it's the
I'm in
drag show.
Delaware.
Because that's exactly what the concept of this show came about.
We have very
Because-
different ideas of green screen.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, what are you trying to be in Jurassic Park right now?
Why wouldn't I want to be?
I don't know.
Or in
maybe
the
I will.
space-time continuum.
I want to be in Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. Underneath Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I'm surprised you chose.
So I could be her. And fuck Freddie Prinze Jr.
Okay, I was waiting for it. I was like, something's not.
Or
right
Linda
about that.
Cardellini, because she was great in that movie. I love her as an actress. The woman who played Velma. She put on an orange leather jumpsuit. She got some hair extensions in, and she told Seth Green to fuck her.
Can I tell you? I feel like Velma, when the show first came out,
Big lesbian energy.
but then as time went on, everyone was like, "Oh no, Velma's totally the hotter one."
Yeah. Daphne's cute. Do not get me wrong. I love me some Daphne. However, Daphne is the bitch who's always in trouble. Velma's the bitch getting out of trouble. Think harder, don't think smarter.
Velma better have stocks in glasses, because that bitch can never find glasses.
My glasses. One of the more random gifts that I got this year was a Barbie doll from my aunt.
Do you have it?
It's over there.
Do you want me to get it?
No, it's okay. Maybe I'll put it on the table next episode. It's so random, and I at first thought it was an accident. I did think it was for my niece, and then my aunt said no, it was for me, and it made me think about when I was younger and all I wanted was a Barbie doll so I could fuck with its hair. Made me happy. Brought me back to childhood. So the holidays are over,
But you
and
still
so
didn't-
is the year.
But you still didn't get your eBay Barbie, right?
No, that was supposed to be here. I had a plan for that. I didn't expect it to be here before Christmas, but if it did, me and my sister talked about wrapping it and putting From Santa on it and fucking with my mother and brother and father.
And your niece and nephew.
No, they weren't here for Christmas.
Oh, that's right. They were, yeah. Okay.
Just the baby.
Got it.
That little shit. So the holidays are over, and
How-
so is this year. Thank Brittany.
Before we before we go over the dumpster fire that was this year, how did your dad like his bed?
I gotta say, normally I push the harder gifts at my mother because she's easier to cry. But I got my dad this gift because I really wanted to make him cry. And I think he was just really good at hiding how excited he was because later on my mom said he was really happy. But he was like, "Oh wow, that's cool. That's for me." And I'm just like, "Can I get a little tears? Can I get one happy tear of my son loves me?" Nope. None of that. Oh well.
So Merry Christmas, everybody.
There, yeah. I hope everyone who gave a gift that they wanted a reaction from got the reaction they wanted, because I did not. And that's if every year I make someone cry. So if only it would be 2020 that I didn't make somebody cry with a Christmas gift. Fuck my life. Fuck me.
Do you want me to break down real quick?
Break down.
It's because of the podcast gift. Seeing our faces on mugs.
Oh, I don't care.
Anyway,
I was like, wait, what? Break down? What do you got to break down? Break down these nuts.
These fire ass moves. One last thing, I got Jackie a onesie with a butt flap, so that's New Year's pajama party.
New Year's pajama party. That sounds like fun. I actually
it's gonna be super
do want to do one thing before we actually start to like really wrap up this year, because starting 2021. I do want to include some more like news-based articles in this podcast
that aren't Florida-based.
That's to be determined.
Depends where the mood strikes.
I just want to read you this article published on December 27th, 2020 by Forbes magazine. Super gonorrhea may be spreading from antibiotic overuse for COVID-19 coronavirus. Super gonorrhea.
The super guns.
Super gonorrhea. I want to focus on super-based news. Starting in 2021. I just want anything with super in the title. I'm going to read an article about it. Isn't that like such a fun idea?
It is. I agree with you. One thing I have to highlight real quick is the fact that medically speaking, gonorrhea, it happened. It's something that exists. It's sometimes
you have it once, twice, 10 times. There's a cream for that.
That's a slogan.
Can I get a cream?
That's a slogan.
That is a slogan.
That is a slogan.
You got an itch, there's a cream for that.
1, 2,
the only thing they don't,
there's a cream for that.
The only thing that they don't have a cream for is me interrupting you.
Oh my god.
I do want to say, really quick, that is a 2021 resolution. I just want you to know that. And to stop changing the topic so much, but I don't think that's ever going to change.
I think that makes me want to buy one of like a little clicker to see.
No, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get a jar. We're going to get
an interruption jar.
An interruption jar. I will bring some fucking coins here. And every time I interrupt you, for the entire year of 2021, anytime I interrupt you on the podcast, I will put a penny or some shit in the jar. And by the end of the year, we're going to see how much money we have, and we're going to use it to buy something for this podcast.
What? When you were younger.
So a new MacBook for you.
Dink. When you were
the
younger.
year hasn't started yet.
Dink. When you were younger, or if you watched Stranger Things or anything like 80s, 90s, do you remember in the arcades, the attendants, and you give them $1 and they have a little bell that...
I need one of those.
Yeah, you fucking do.
I need one of those. That's great. No, I want to do something so like Pee-wee's Playhouse style. I just roll it from down here and it goes through the entire fucking room and then just...
Or like the...
What?
The phone vibrating on the key sounded like a little fart in the distance.
It did. I was like, whoa.
It sounded like a little fart in the distance. No, you know those things in the mall for like charity where you put the coin in it and it rolls forever? Mm-hmm. We just need one of those. Just carve it into the table.
I'm going to use the money from the interruption jar to buy a coin stretcher machine like Six Flags.
Oh, one of the ones the crank machines?
Mm-hmm. But instead of like characters, it's going to be letters. You got to try to get bitch first. It's going to be BITCH. Each one's going to run, and you're going to be surprised every fucking time.
Oh my god.
I am killing it tonight.
It's a good thing this is just a big documentation of stupid shit that we do. Because we can always... we can always
dial it back.
We can always rewind. Fuck.
Wait, back to my article.
Oh, yeah, we're still... wait.
News article.
Hold on.
Super gonorrhea. Don't forget, super gonorrhea.
We already lost topic on is, medically speaking, like, after the whole cream for that thing,
okay.
in the doctor's, like, inner sanctum where they decide what things are named, it's like, we have a new strain, what do we call it? And then Chet in the background is just like, how about super gonorrhea?
Well, that's my thing is like coronavirus has been around for however many years, but it just keeps mutating. So had it like, what is it, the 19th mutation? Is that why we call it COVID-19?
Well,
I'm very curious. Who names the diseases?
Not only that too, but now if you kept up with the news, there's a new strain already.
Absolutely, I keep up with the news. I know.
In England.
A new stream. To ruin the new year.
A new stream? Stream.
Yep.
Bollocks.
Another 2021 goal is to stop sounding so fucking stupid on this show. I swear I've never had so many, like, slips of the tongue.
I'm gonna get you hooked on phonics. Does this still exist?
Maybe?
Huh.
This
Anyway,
article
your
is on Forbes.com, written by Bruce Y. Lee, a senior contributor. He is a writer, journalist, professor, systems molder, computational and digital health expert, avocado eater, so you're poor, and entrepreneur, not always in that order.
I hate that they included avocado eater. Like, it's supposed to be funny. Go fuck yourself. Continue.
It's supposed to make them personable. Like, I like avocados too. Let's see what he has to say.
So relatable. You ever put it on toast? Talk about the fucking article.
You want 21 to be super, but not in a super gonorrhea type of way. This article is already fucking golden.
This episode's over.
I specifically did not read this article because 19 times?
I just had a fucking idea, and we're going to talk about it after the show, and you're going to fucking love it.
Okay. Super gonorrhea is trending on Twitter right now because, well, why not? It's 2020 after all, and what better thing to have trend at the end of a year that brought us COVID-19, pandemic, a shortage of basically everything, constant drama in the White House, and a presidential election that just won't end. If you haven't figured it out yet, super gonorrhea is not super to have. It won't prompt you to tell your partner, I just returned from the doctor's office and I've got super news for you. Nah.
Do your genitals...
I'm sorry, this article is great. Nah, telling him or her, or they, let's start including that in some articles, that you have super gonorrhea would be about as positive as saying that you have sexy syphilis or candy-coated chlamydia. Oh my god, this article is so funny.
Oh, okay.
I hope that the rest of these
turn
are
it
like
around.
this.
I love this. This is great. Never mind.
Super gonorrhea isn't a comic book hero either.
I was gonna make the joke, like, when you get super gonorrhea, like, do you develop, like, a cape along with your deformities, or...
It's like Big Mouth where, like, the hormone monster comes, but it's just a big circle blob of chlamydia and gonorrhea that just... You're dying slowly. Doesn't it itch? Don't you want to scratch in front of everybody?
There's a cream for that.
Okay. If it were made into a film, Super Gonorrhea would give Ghost Rider a run for its worst cosmic book movie ever. Instead, Super Gonorrhea results when the bacteria that causes gonorrhea, Neisseria gonorrhoeae, I swear to God, I don't know how to say that word.
I'm pretty sure how you...
Gonorrhea, like the Latin derivative.
Well, I think gonorrhea actually has an H in it.
It does.
So I think what you just said, gonorrhea, I think that's just gonorrhea.
Gonorrhoeae.
Is there a hyphen?
No.
Oh, okay, that's spelled differently. Okay.
Yeah. Develops a high level of resistance to the antibiotics normally used to treat the infection. As reported back in 2017 for Forbes, the World Health Organization listed such strains of gonorrhea on its world's most dangerous superbugs list. When making your bucket list, don't include anything on this WHO superbug list. We've run out of ways to treat your infection. Ranks up there with no one can fly the airplane in the list of things that you don't want to hear. Then in 2018, I covered for Forbes a case of a man in the U.S. who had a super sexual encounter while traveling to Southeast Asia. The man who developed symptoms a month later was diagnosed with super gonorrhea. As a result, the man's regular partner in the UK had to get tested, but ended up testing negative for the superbug. Imagine the conversation that could have occurred there. Well, you did have sex with someone else while traveling. You caught gonorrhea, and it was super gonorrhea. But at least you didn't pass it to me. Would be looking at the glass half full.
Can I just say really quick, the fact that it said super bugs makes me think that there's like
giant eight-legged freaks?
Not even that. Like if anything, I would go Starship Troopers, but what I was going for was like a Legion of Doom Justice League style thing, where like the thing comes out of the water, and it's just a bunch of different super bugs, and one of them, of course, is super gonorrhea and candy-coated chlamydia.
Candy-coated chlamydia. Is that the title of this episode?
Oh, no!
But it is funny.
It's hilarious.
That is probably one of the more funny things I've heard this year. Candy-coated chlamydia.
That's...
CCC. I'm changing that to your name in my phone. It's no longer going to be Alex B. CrossFit.
It's gonna be
Candy coated chlamydia.
That's gonna be fun to explain to people who are like, who the fuck is candy coated chlamydia?
No, because when you text me that picture of you in the pink makeup out of the gym door, it's gonna come up. Oh god. You've almost spit out your beer several times in this episode, and it makes me so fucking happy.
I'm gonna end up being. That's gonna be like the Webster's definition for it's like, oh, candy coated chlamydia.
I don't need candy coated chlamydia. I have super gonorrhea. You can get 5 or 6 super bucks or just one. You could stop at 5 or 6.
Oh God, if this episode was a train going from an A to B destination, we've made 73 pit stops. It was supposed to be a 2-hour ride. It's turned into a 16-hour run.
This is a plane ride with 16 layover stops in places you did not need to stop at.
This is a plane ride that could have stopped at one stop.
This is a plane ride that could have been direct, but you chose the one with 6 connections because you wanted a cheaper flight, Elizabeth.
If I really could say something though, the fact that we really just took a shit on our own episode is it is 2020. Like that is 2020.
I will shit on whatever I want to shit on.
I'll come wherever the fuck I want, Franco. Did you see that movie? This is the end.
Only once, and I didn't really pay attention. Okay. So, why is super gonorrhea trending on Twitter?
Are we still on this?
Yes, it's almost done. So why is super gonorrhea trending on Twitter when there are so many things that could trend? Well, the Twitter sphere have offered possible explanations, but it looks like it stemmed from a WHO spokesperson telling The Sun that the overuse of medicine I cannot pronounce correctly.
Yeah, let me give it a go. What do you got?
Oh, wait, azithromycin.
Sure.
No. Oh, thank you, Anna Faris. Have you ever seen The House Bunny?
No.
In the end of the movie, she's like, I'm allergic to erythromycin. Azithromycin. Okay.
Dr. Stampoulis.
MD, bitch. You gotta put that in there.
Munching.
The lack of services to treat sexually transmitted infections during the COVID pandemic may be fueling the rise of super gonorrhea. Oh, that would explain a lot because they really can't treat people for STIs when they have to worry about COVID patients. So STIs going untreated, that's itchy.
It's a very rough time for the medical world if you're not.
Oh, this article goes on way longer than I anticipated. All right, so we're going to wrap it up there. Super gonorrhea. Don't get it. Don't need it. Don't want it. Don't get it.
Don't get regular gonorrhea.
Keep the receipt. I'm not buying it. Return that shit to the store.
If you need the receipt.
I'm giving you super gonorrhea. Do you need a gift receipt?
I don't even know what's happening anymore.
Me either. Let's talk about the year.
So 2020, now that we're almost 40 minutes in and finally getting to our topic, you made a list of just events. If obviously everyone who's listening right now at some point was alive during this year, let's face it, right out of the gate, January, we almost hit World War III. February, we lost one of our most critically acclaimed athletes in history.
Nope.
Didn't he?
Kobe Bryant died on January 26th of 2020.
Was it January?
I looked it up the other day.
My apologies. I thought it was February.
I compiled a list of celebrity deaths this year, so that's why I know his date of death.
In a very tragic helicopter accident, followed shortly after by the countrywide burning of Australia. Continent-wide, really, because Australia's a continent. What else do you have for that? Because let's face it, it's almost as if every week of every month has been filled with some sort of crazy shit.
This year has been
a dumpster fire.
A dumpster fire. Dumpster fire, sloppy, freak show mess. It has been insanity. I think one of the best things I ever saw was a meme where they had said, did you program all the events for the 2020s? And they said, 2020s? I didn't see the S. And then someone's like, oh God, they're not ready.
I think that was a video, right? It's
possible.
It was like God talking to the angels or something.
Pretty much, yeah.
And the faces
essentially. They're just like, oops, we put every catastrophe in
everything
the
in
decade
1 year.
in 1 year.
Yeah.
So, something you may have forgotten happened this year is at the beginning of the pandemic, monkeys ran amok in Thailand. As the world began to go into lockdown, of course, the internet was washed with videos of marine life returning to the canals of Venice, deer venturing into towns in Japan. However, footage of monkeys swarming and taking over a city in Thailand was undeniably terrifying. Thousands of hungry monkeys stormed the town center in Lopburi, Thailand, because of the tourists that usually feed them fled due to COVID-19. So these monkeys that usually get fed by tourists are starving and ransack a city.
I have to say that whole scenario sounds exactly just like a Simpsons episode. In fact, there was an episode.
Probably
they did an
episode for everything.
They did a Treehouse of Horror episode where dolphins took over.
No fucking way.
Yeah,
that's hysterical.
Where dolphins took over, and now it's just monkeys.
Another thing that happened that you may not have been aware of is an Australian airline offered customers the chance to fly around the sights of Australia and even travel to Antarctica without ever leaving the plane. So you board the plane, you do a nice little helicopter tour in a plane, and then you land back at the same airport and you go back home. These flights ranged between $575 or 445 euros and 2,765 American dollars or 2,145 euros.
That seems really dumb.
Absolutely. But guess what? It sold out in just 10 minutes because that's how people are. We eat the shit up. We buy the bullshit all the fucking time.
Of course we do. Now, what ended up happening was, I'm pretty sure the world, or at least the United States, went to lockdown. It was, March 15th? Or on Pi Day? March 14th?
I don't remember the exact day when things really started shutting down, but I do know that I was out to eat at a restaurant on March 15th.
Mm. So
yes.
it might have been right after. But, I mean, it's crazy to say that we're approaching the new year still in this shit. We're 9 months. Like I said, it was either the last episode or the one before. A baby has been born. Several babies have been born, actually.
Absolutely.
During quarantine, as a result of quarantine, the announcements just keep coming. The people just keep coming.
Coming in your pussy and your butt. Lesbians.
But I mean,
a very old YouTube video.
So you got to figure. So let's go down the line here. We have January, potential for World War III, the death of Kobe Bryant, followed right by the burning of Australia, which was so goddamn sad. March being quarantine, the lockdown, everything that led us to where we are now, and then month after month after month, just more and more kept happening.
Can I give you a piece of gay news that happened in 2020?
Sure.
A pair of gay penguins stole an egg from a pair of lesbian penguins.
That sounds like a Disney movie.
If you had drama in the Dutch LGBTQ plus penguin community on your 2020 bingo card, then congratulations, your luck has come. Over at the Amsterfoots Deeren Park Zoo, a pair of gay penguins stole an entire batch of eggs to hatch as their own from a lesbian couple. The gay penguins, named Tux and Flipper, have a reputation for causing trouble, having previously stolen a single egg in 2019, which failed to hatch.
Aww.
They clearly don't want to be foiled again, and this time stole an entire batch of eggs, and also took over 2 enclosures. Although the pair seem determined to get their own little penguins, it is unlikely to happen.
To completely segue from where we are.
Okay.
Well, no. In terms
to completely change the topic, we always do.
No, we're still talking about 2020.
Yes.
Very recently, and very unfortunately, there was a bombing in Nashville. I watched the news report. It was on Christmas Day. One thing I have to say about the sheriff's department in Nashville is the news report that I saw was apparently the RV had not a radio broadcast, but a recording playing from their radio that said, like, this vehicle is set to explode. It's rigged with explosives. It's gonna blow up. So literally, the most polite and potentially Canadian way to tell somebody, like,
Canadian bombing?
No, but Canadians are routinely very polite. That's the whole joke. So thank you for that. Pretty much the bomb is telling you, like, hey, I'm a bomb. If you're near me, you're gonna die or get very hurt. So you should leave. And
Me talking to a potential love interest.
The sheriff on the news report had the nerve to be like, yeah, there was a recording playing from the RV at the time of the explosion, so we believe there's some foul play afoot. Like, no fucking shit, bro!
2020.
I don't think it was supposed to be like a very southern way to be like, look at this fireball, y'all! Yeehaw!
I can't stand you.
Welcome.
I can't stand you. This is absolutely horrible.
I'm Barbara Walters, and this is 2020. I should have ended the episode that way.
No,
God,
you should have started the
damn it.
episode that way. That would have been a great intro. Fuck! I'm Baba Walters.
What?
Doesn't she have a problem saying W's?
I don't know.
Or R's? I thought she had a problem saying letters.
I thought she was very I'm Barbara Walters, and you know what? We're talking way too much about Barbara Walters. Anyway.
May she rest in peace.
Is she dead?
I'm kidding. No, she's not dead. Please don't die, Barbara. Two people can't die this year. Barbara Walters, Betty White. Take anybody else. Take me. Don't take them. They are the true survivors.
Yeah.
Out of Darkness, The Tale of Survival.
Who else is on your list of unfortunate deaths? Because there were definitely a lot that went this year.
There was a lot, and I do want to run through this list. Some people that you may have realized had passed, some people that you may not have realized passed.
Consider this like the award show memoriam thing.
Yes. Of course, if you are somebody who is relevant in pop culture and keeps up with that, you know that Chadwick Boseman passed away.
Very sad.
Sean Connery. A lot of really...
I forgot about Sean Connery.
Van Halen, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Roy Horn of Siegfried and Roy. Yeah, that one surprised me. I looked up celebrity deaths and I was like, no way.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that was very early on, right? In like May?
Probably around Tiger King era. Which...
was Mike Marsh.
Can we fucking leave Tiger King in 2020?
Yeah, if I have to
hear Carol Baskin.
If I have to hear anybody talk
King.
about Carol Baskin anymore, it's over. Who cares?
That was great in the beginning of quarantine.
It's just Florida.
But it's Florida man tries to kill competitive rival with other gun. What? Florida man tries to kill rival who killed husband with tigers. I'm trying to workshop a 2020 Florida man here.
Acts as Florida man does.
A Florida man with mullet and eye piercing dangling at his lip. That poor eyebrow was just hanging on. I've never wanted a piercing in my life, and the other day I saw somebody they had an eyebrow ring in, but the ball to the ring fell out, so they used their friend's belly button ring so that the hole in their eyebrow wouldn't close. And the belly button ring, it was like a new one. Don't worry, it was probably clean or some shit. Maybe, I don't know. Actually, who the fuck knows? But it had one of those little dangly things at the bottom that's supposed to dangle on the belly button, and it said "bitch."
Did you immediately befriend them?
I immediately said, now I want a piercing.
Of course you did.
Now I want a piercing. No, God gave me as many holes as I was going to need in life. I never told you I said that to a piercer?
No.
I was on the boardwalk in Seaside in high school, and all my friends wanted to get a piercing. And the guy looks at me and goes, what about you, big guy? You want a piercing? And I looked him dead in the eyes, and I said, God gave me as many holes as I was going to need in life.
Perfect. I bet you made that guy's
a motto to live by. Back to death.
The unfortunate.
Back to the unfortunate. James Lipton of Inside the Actors Studio. Well-known actor, Inside the Actors Studio.
Oh my god. And I'm going to jump ahead here, but Alex Trebek,
Jerry Stiller, Kenny Rogers, Fred Willard.
Who was Fred Willard?
Oh!
Was he in Bring It On? Was he that one actor?
No.
Was the announcer?
Why can't I think of any single thing he's been in? You would know who he is if I showed you a picture of him.
He's like an older guy. He had like a very distinct voice, right?
Yes.
I think I know who Fred Willard is. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. What has he been in?
Dude, a ton of shit.
I know. Why can't I think of anything?
I could have sworn.
Best in Show, Modern Family, Waiting for Golfman. This is Spinal Tap. A Mighty World.
Did you ever see this?
Everybody loves Raymond.
Did you ever see This is Spinal Tap?
No.
Great movie.
Roseanne, that's where I remember him mostly from. Naya Rivera, of course, that was tragic.
Oh yeah, she was the Glee star, right, with the drowning.
Little Richard, Regis Philbin.
That was this year? Mm-hmm. Oh, shit.
I know. We're at the age bracket in our lives where if you look at a list of well-known people who have passed away this year, you know most of who they are.
It feels like Robin Williams died this year. That's how long ago. That's how long this year felt.
This year is fucking long. Kelly Preston, John Travolta's wife, she passed away this year.
Today, December 28th, actually marks the 5-year anniversary of Lemmy from Motorhead's death. My first concert as a 13-year-old.
Oh, wow. Kenny Rogers. One of Dolly Parton's best friends.
Yeah.
And one of the more recent deaths in the last few days, Michael Alec.
Who's that?
Michael Alec was actually the pioneer for the club kids movement in the 90s. He was like the most well-known club promoter.
Did you put something up about this the other day?
Possibly on my personal Instagram story.
This sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. And in I believe it was in 96 or 97, he killed his drug dealer while I believe high on drugs, and then cut his body up, put it in a box, and threw it in the Hudson River.
Damn.
So, and he spent, I think, 17 years in jail. Yeah.
All right. 2020's been a fucking circus, y'all.
Mm-hmm. What's the wildest thing that happened to you in 2020?
The wildest thing?
Mm-hmm. In 2020, what's the wildest thing that happened to you? Because I'm going to confess something on this podcast, and I didn't think I was going to do it, but I'm going to do it, because thinking back, it's the wildest thing that's occurred to me.
Oh, shit. The wildest thing that happened to me this year. Mom, sorry. I tried cocaine.
Oh, I didn't think you were going to say it.
I obviously haven't continued with it.
Well, thank God. You'd be a lot more alert.
I'd also be so much skinnier. I'd be alert. It was just not for me. It's just not for me.
Did I ever tell you what my sister's friend told me? If
Dario, Mom, Aunt Sheila, Uncle Dan, whoever is listening that's family of mine, I tried it. Didn't really like it too much, so don't worry about me.
I'll try anything once. Or twice.
It was early on in the year, and let's face it, I had a very rough start to this year. Overcame a lot of shit, and I was just like, fuck it. When is this ever going to happen again? And it wasn't for me. So, you live and you learn. How about you?
So the craziest thing that's happened to me is that I've reached the age where somebody that I know personally, because I slept with them, has died. Michael Alec.
You
had
maritals with someone who cut up a body?
So.
This is a whole episode waiting to unfold. Why did you wait until now?
Because he died.
Oh, yeah.
My celebrity sex story is dead. And it's not like you probably did. It's an alleged overdose that he had passed away from. And he was very big for using drugs in the 90s, but then he had this whole thing where he cleaned up his act and he stopped doing drugs when he was in jail, and he was really looking forward to a positive life. Whatever. I don't remember exactly what he said. But I remember, I want to say this was probably 4 or 5 years ago now, because it was before I moved in here. And it was before I still had my my Ford Explorer. So this was 2014, 2015, definitely. Wow. For sure. And I was on a dating app, and this guy messaged me, and I was like, why does this guy look so familiar? And then I looked at it closer, and I was like, no way, somebody's catfishing me with Michael Alec's pictures. This is gonna be fun. And then I started doing the talk, and then I was like, all right, well then now he wants to meet up. So then I picked him up in New York City, and we proceeded to do naughty things in a porta potty for 4 hours.
Did anybody knock on the door?
No.
Nobody had any poopies for 4
a.m.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Wow. Welcome to the podcast where I'm just gonna really bear it all for you.
Welcome to Superfriends Sit Down After Dark.
So Superfriends Sit Down, because this entire podcast is After Dark. I won't go too much into detail about what happened because no one really needs to hear that. But yeah, he passed away, and I just had like this whole moment where I was like, I slept with him. So yeah, wildest thing that happened to me. One of my hookups died.
Damn.
Yeah. Let's raise it up a little bit.
So as we make our way out, obviously, with the bad
comes the
the
good. Super simpatico.
Good high five.
That was a good high
My
five. That was
middle
very...
finger is bleeding somehow. Anyway, maybe it's from
Stop picking at it.
Maybe it's from
you
the bottle
fucking
cap.
bitch. Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh wait, let me see. Oh wow,
It's not bad. It's whatever. So along with the bad, comes the good.
Yes.
What are some good things that you've done in this year?
let's shift gears and stop talking about things that I've done. We don't need to talk about it. I haven't done very much worth mentioning. That's good. Besides this podcast.
I mean, that's one thing.
Speaking
right
of good,
there.
let's talk about the best memes. Something really lighthearted, something we can both enjoy. Do you remember the dancing pallbearers?
Yeah.
I fucking love this meme.
They're great.
It's just so funny. Everything's still cake, huh?
Yeah.
You remember when everything was fucking cake?
Cake still is... Things being cake are still rampant. You know what's funny? If we're going to talk about memes for a quick second before we get back to us, because I still want to get back to us. Remember when the moth wasn't the meme of the year?
The moth?
The moth was like moth loves lamp. Like everything is lamp.
No. What?
Talk about stuff. I'm pulling it up for you.
One of my favorite memes that I still use a lot is the one of Bernie Sanders. I am once again asking for, and it's just you fill in the blank. Mm-hmm. That's a great one. I don't know if did you see the Gossip Girl ones? There was Gossip Girl memes where it was just, they would just take Gossip Girl and like make a new word. So it's like Peppa Who, Pig Girl. Like you just caught the goss out of it. It's like I have to use the bathroom. Go pee, girl. Where's my cat? And then it's like something.
So like stupid shit like this. Somebody took a picture of a moth.
Oh my god!
Somebody took a
Why
picture.
have I never seen that?
Somebody took a. I think that was like, you know what's funny is as the years went on, not the years, the years.
As the days
and months went on, there was like a new meme every month.
Yes.
The one that's standing strong right now is DiCaprio.
Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio. That I've seen so many reincarnations of that. That is absolutely flawless.
DiCaprio is still standing strong, but regardless of memes,
Speaking of dumb blonde
we could
boys,
talk forever.
Da Vinci.
The
fucking two twins, Da Vinci.
The lizards from Rocko's Modern Life. Anyway, I did it again. Anyway,
I'm sorry. I forgot I screenshot this earlier. Did I send this to you? No, right?
No, but that's been around forever, and I love that shit. But
Tyra.
In terms of the good things, in terms of 2020, I mean, do you want me to go first? Or?
Yes, please. Give me something.
So 2020, I mean, if I could really just get a little heavy-hearted, for the first couple months, I went through some shit, guys and gals, and anything otherwise. And I hope that was proper for me to say. If it wasn't, it's how you identify, and we'll just
guys,
leave it at that.
girls, and everything in between.
Sure, what Vince said. So I'd like to think that I pulled myself out of the grounds of depression. I brought myself back to life for the most part. I spent a lot of my year traveling around to random places that I could drive to because that's one thing you could do. I kind of reinforced a lot of friendships that I had. We started this podcast. Vince and I have only gotten closer.
Still not fucking though, Mom. Relax. Is he coming over to hook up? No, bitch. We're coming to record a podcast.
Also, Nico.
Nico.
Our number one fan. Along with that, I've met a lot of new people. I've still somehow managed to stay active. I was a runner for a little bit. That was stupid. Running sucks. I got a neat little tattoo on my thigh. I mean, really, the pinnacle moment now is just getting back into a relationship. That's been great. I mean, that was a very recent occurrence, but I mean, it's been smooth sailing. I can't say that I haven't been only happy throughout the entirety of this. So that's one thing I can say. Ideally, my hopes for 2021 is to continue to excel in my career, regain some of the stuff I lost physically, like muscle ups at the gym. Can't do those anymore. It's been a struggle. I have been setting some new strength goals, so that's cool. I just hit 425
with your brand new barbell.
With my brand new barbell. Thank you, Z.
And people who donated to your Barbells for Boobs page.
Every single person who donated.
That's a great thing you did this year. You raised a lot of money for Barbells for Boobs. That's something to be very proud of.
Yeah. In fact, we were going to do another giveaway through our beer page, and when we put up that little poll, there was a pretty renowned amount of people who were just like, no. I was like, wow, okay. So
they said we're done.
Please. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to even out the number to bring it to 2,700, and then from there. Or at least I'll bring it up to an even enough number that it helps at least one more person. I got to do the math, but I'm not going to do that right now. Really, that's it. I mean, I've done a lot of cool things. I've met a lot of great people. I obviously met my girlfriend. I got an iPhone.
Yes, that's a great thing that happened to you.
I did. Everyone. And in fact,
it's a great thing that happened that everyone's so happy for you.
I actually got a message today that was like, oh, thank God Alex's messages aren't green anymore, as if I see color. Bullshit. Disgusting. Anyway. But really that's just it. I mean, I hope in the new year like I can just continue to save money, stay active. Hopefully the real estate market doesn't take a giant shit again. Mm-hmm. And that this podcast keeps going the way it does and continues on the uphill climb to fame.
Not fame, success. I don't care if this podcast gets
success.
Famous. I just want our voice to be heard by people and like it to be, I guess, to resound with them. Fair. I really don't care if we get famous.
And if I could speak for probably everybody in existence right now, hopefully 2021 we'll find ourselves a way out of this pandemic.
Yes.
And return back to the normalcy of our lives, or at least like a shred of it. It's really all I got. How about you? What are your goals? What are you hoping for? Oh, one thing I could also, that most people after quarantine could probably hope for right now is I would really love to lose a little bit of weight.
Yes. Number one goal. I mean, it's the cliche New Year's resolution.
As I drink this beer.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the last 2 months of the year are a slippery slope into obesity for everybody because there's just cookies and treats and food.
Galore.
Every fucking where.
Galore.
Every fucking where.
Galore.
Every fucking where.
Go on.
Galore. 2021 goals. I do have one main goal, which is to get a split. I want to get my flexibility back. I was really close to getting a split at one point a couple years ago, and I lost that because I got lazy.
Can you make sure that when it happens that you're eating a tuna sandwich?
So I could be Brian? Absolutely. I still watch that video of him doing a split every day. Because he's doing the slow split where he stops. And then he stops, and then he pounds his little taint into the ground. You were there for that.
I know. I also made a reverse video, and it was really funny.
You did. You sure did. I still do. It's saved in my Snapchat memories. when you're in the middle of stretching, but she's got no parents. Yeah, I remember the memes.
Perfect.
I want to get a split. I want to get my flexibility back. That is for sure.
Same.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. What flexibility did you have? None. I want to stop interrupting you. I really do. I want to work on that. That's like a goal to have for sure.
It's a little ironic that you say that today because
as you interrupt me.
Today was such. I know it's even more.
I'm getting them all out for next week.
Isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
Yes.
Stop interrupting you. Also, like, just really work on making this podcast really good. Work on, one of the new things that I picked up this year was editing skills that I never fucking knew that I had.
Very true.
It's hard. It sucks, but it's worth it for the people who enjoy it. And
he put his thing down, flipped it, and reversed it
every day. I want to stop saying.
You're never gonna stop.
I want to stop swearing as much as I do, because if there's one thing I really learned from this podcast is that I curse way too much for my liking, and I never realized that I did it. So I'd like to do that as well.
I think it's just because this is like an open environment, though, where it's kind of like this is our space.
That's why I feel so good interrupting you as you keep interrupting me. Are you trying to?
My 2021 is to interrupt you more.
Love that. Let's flip the roles.
This is our space, so much so that we could just put a little picture of Tom right there.
I fucking hate you.
You should.
I hate you so much. And I want to read more books. Because I keep saying I'm going to read more, and then I don't. So I'm gonna make a goal. I want to read like 1 book a month.
That's a really great goal for someone who's illiterate.
I know. I'm just trying to get smarter. Oh, and another goal. Stop sounding so fucking stupid on this podcast. I would really like to stop sounding so dumb because I swear I'm not. I promise you, I'm intelligent. I keep looking at the one gift that I got, and I got a microwave. The big white thing over there. The microwave.
Oh, okay.
Microwave. That's a great thing that just came out in the last week.
I was like,
Nigella Lawson saying microwave.
I was like, is that a hair thing?
Nope. Anything else you want to add to this episode? Or do you think really 2020's been wrapped up?
I mean, realistically, the most I can say is let's just cross our fingers that, I mean...
Let's just sage
we started
Earth.
We started this, what, in July?
Yeah. July 22nd, I believe, was our first episode.
So it's been a solid 5 months. Moving forward, the next 5 months, the next years to come, for us, for you, anyone who, our new friend Joey, well, my new friend, your current friend, just opened up a tattoo shop. Your friend Jay Steele, who has his own business. Anybody who's chasing their dreams and building a new endeavor, we wish you the best of luck. We hope that 2021 brings you everything that you desire. Realistically, anybody who's listening, watching, we hope that this is what you get, is everything you desire. Unless it's something bad. If it's something bad, I don't want you to have it. Like, it's like, I want to kill a person. Like, don't do that.
I hate you.
Listen, I don't want to... I don't know the capabilities of people, okay?
And I don't want to miss... I'm not going to finish it. Copyright.
The stuff.
I do also have one more thing to add.
What's that?
If you follow us on social media, you've seen that we reposted that I was on Joe Marble's podcast and his YouTube channel. So if you are listening or watching, please make sure to check that out. We had a lot of fun. We did a super total with the Superfriends.
We also filmed the commercial.
We sure did. I don't know if it's going to be in that. I got to watch it and
some
see.
point
We did film a promo for him, and it was a lot of fun because Alex was being real goofy and stupid. But what else is new?
Yeah, what else is new? Oh, also, if it's one thing that I want to do in 2021...
Be more goofy?
I don't... There's no...
The limit does not exist.
Yeah. I want to be more confident in putting my musical ability out there.
Ooh.
I want to write more. I want to play more. I want to, like...
Perform.
I thought about doing vocal covers.
Start up
actually.
OnlyFans.
Just put my feet up on the microphone.
OnlyFans was not created for sex work. It was just taken over by sex workers because it was a great way for them to get their work.
Oh, no,
out
I
there.
know. There's several musicians that are just like playing guitar. There's people
Yeah.
who have like
So you
their
could
own
do
artwork and stuff. It's a possibility, yeah.
Absolutely. So the possibilities are endless in 2021. The limit does not exist.
It's gonna sound
Sky has no limit.
super cheesy and super cliche, but you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And 2021 is a year. I mean, realistically, 2020 showed us, at least a lot of us, who we really are as people, and what we're able to handle, and our capabilities as human beings. So, if anything, we can take everything we learned this year, apply it to 2021, because it's going to be a full 12 months, as opposed to the 9 or so since the lockdown started.
It's been 12 months, but it feels like more.
It's been 9 months, but it feels like more. Like I said before, March 400 and whatever number I said earlier. But before we continue to ramble on, this is again our last episode of the year. We will see everybody in 2021. I, as always, Alex Bianchini.
And I am Vincent Stampoulis.
And we are your super friends. And
we'll see you next year.
We'll see you next year.
Stupid.
Happy New Year, everybody. See you in 2021.